After spending an hour in the dimensional realm, trying to find a suit that would fit Nemesis so that he could not spread the T virus. Believe it or not, you really don't like having that virus around. Even though it creates so much fun for you, so much people to kill, so much blood. You stop yourself before you can go any further in your mind. When you finally found a suit that fit Nemesis, he looked like, how can you say this without being rude? To you, this may seem rude, but to other people that see this, they may think it's badass. If you've ever seen Pacific Rim, main Jaeger, that's what it looks like to you. But enough of that. You really need to get back and see how the training went. Knowing Cody, you know that it could not have gone well. Now you pray for those poor souls that you left them with. But you are gonna laugh when you see how they react to harsh training like this. When you finally made it back, what happened surprised you. Soldiers were lined up in rows, doing multiple unit movements. Knowing that Cody could do this, you wonder if you should keep him around. But you soon throw away that thought at the sight of Cody literally putting the ancestral in a chokehold, promising to outsmart him or something on the lines of pissing off Cody. But you can't blame them. Cody is kind of a, how do you say this? Live by the rules, man. Which is not good on a battlefield. You must never listen to rules. Sometimes you must not listen to the rules on a battlefield. You would need to break rules sometimes. That meaning that you would need to take matters into your own hand, not listening to your subordinates on the battlefield, which you could figure out if their command was wrong or not, which Cody did not do. He followed the rules, which you never liked. When you first met him, he tried to take you into the Senate, which you properly kicked his ass and told him to never try and take you to the Senate ever again. But enough about that. Looking into a corner, you can see Inferno right next to the fire. You still can't figure out how his hair is on fire. A vault dweller? You just see him over there at the bookshelf reading a book. It's Fall's Guide to Winning a Poker Game. Well, that's not weird at all. And Templar, you actually have no clue where he is. Knowing this, you would need to do something. But you choose not to do nothing, since, hey, he's Templar. He literally beat you in a one-hand combat. The only thing he literally did to you was break your arm, which is hard to do since your bones are stronger than titanium. Looking over in the front of all those Cestrals was Imperialish, staying at attention, waiting for you to come near him, for him to start talking. You don't get it, because you both hold the same rank. Besides, you're not considering that Imperialish thinks you as his subordinate, or something like that. So, you walk over to him, seeing what he had to say. Nexus? Celestia is near the Ponyville train center. I advise that we have our soldiers out there. Make sure that she doesn't try anything stupid. You know. Yes, Imperial. I know. You don't want to be captured at all. In field trial to what is going to happen. But they won't be capturing you for one reason and one reason only. And what is that? Imperialish replied to you. Simply. It's simple, my dear Watson. We have an army that is trained to combat alicorns. Now. Unless you didn't do anything about that. Seeing the frown on Imperialish's face, you realize that the armor that he's wearing is made of a certain material that blocks magic. Imperialish, let me guess. The only way that you Cestrals and Nightmare Cestrals even beat alicorns is because of your armor, isn't it? Imperialish just turns his head sideways, not getting what you were saying. You face palm here. In aggravation at what you have just learned, that he doesn't know what you're even talking about. Which you are mad. You have been a Dimension Lord for 2 restarts, and you managed to find someone that doesn't know what you are talking about. Pardon me, Nexus, but why you think Nightmare Cestrals didn't use our armor to combat the alicorn's powerful magic? Well, this is because Imperialish that Nephesite is a powerful magic item. Wait. Oh, I messed up. Nephesite, how do I say this? It doesn't conduct magic. It doesn't conduct it at all. If magic gets near it, it eats it, destroys it. It doesn't allow it to regenerate. At the knowledge that you just gave the Imperial Wish, he realized what you were talking about. He just grins at you. Well, Nexus, I will say this, and only once. If you ever met my dad, you wouldn't talk about us using Nephesite. But I see what you're getting at. But I still advise that we send soldiers out and try to escape. You just shake your head back and forth, not wanting to listen to Imperial Wish talk anymore. But you want to get out of here as fast as possible. Maybe not, since this is going to be a forward operation here. Shut up. Celestia's paw. After what I have read in Twilight's note, a being of powerful magic, able to do stuff that she would have never guessed was capable of. Summoning 5 creatures out of nowhere. This can only mean that he has returned to my kingdom, to harm my little ponies. Accompanying you were your sister and full battalion of royal guards. And hiding in the shadows, the coming dawn. Your elite guards. They have been on many battlefields. If you know this person is here, holding your student hostage, you would not be happy. Gaining sight in the castle right before you, you could see multiple Cestrals holding what appears to be metal boxes. You continue marching forward with the whole battalion of royal guards and your coming dawn, trying to sneak up with the shadows on their side. Without warning, a huge bang came out of nowhere, with the front of the ground right in front of you going off. You could not tell where it came from, but looking up again, you can see one of the Cestrals pulling back what appears to be a bolt on one of the metal boxes. Now you are starting to get a feeling that those metal boxes are no ordinary stuff. Seeing the front doors of the castle open, was a tall figure, nearly 8 feet in height, clapping his hands, coming right at you. It was not like the first one. What you could see on him were a pair of pants, a hoodie. How you know this? Well, let's say that the last one of his kind, the last time you saw him, he was wearing the exact same stuff. When gotten 10 feet in front of you, you hear one of your guards say, "Hold. Do not move no further than where you are at." Why should I not move no further than where I am? I can properly kill your queen, or was it princess, right here and right in front of me, with a simple headshot. You hear it speak, pulling out another mailbox. This one more resembling a flintlock, but much more smaller. You wanted to back up in fear, but not wanting to show this enemy any fear. You stood tall and proud of what you are doing right now. I am Princess Celestia of Equestria, and I demand that you release my student from your grasp, Dimension Lord. Lord Rick. What happened next was shocking to you. 5 figures appeared out of nowhere. One holding what you couldn't even tell what it was. All you could tell was the front of it was spinning real fast. Another one was holding a sword and shield, adoring the same hoodie as you just said to the first figure in front of you, which you are starting to think is not the old Dimension Lord. One was a weird armor and a visor right above its, what you could tell where its eyes were supposed to be. Another one just had what you could presume is a torch. The creatures speak again. I am not Dimension Lord Rick. I am Dimension Lord Nexus. And, if you don't mind, I am not holding your student hostage at all. That is what you are saying, not what I'm saying. I just came here to give her a spell that she could use to summon her own warriors. A very handy spell, which I learned from a warlock. Very hard to find a warlock nowadays, since people are not truly connected to the spiritual world. And there's not much war in most dimensions. But this one has seen no war in 1,000 years, making it 2 restarts since I have been born. I'm gonna change that for this world, bringing fear and probably all the stuff that comes as war. But I am not holding your Twilight, your as hostage. She is right behind you if you did not see her. You turn around to see your dear student, Twilight Sparkle. Seeing that your sister Luna was coming up to speak. The now presumed Dimension Lord Nexus has spoken. And if you're gonna try and take away Imperial Wish? Well, let's say we are not going down without a fight. We have the firepower and the manpower. Scratch that. We do not have the manpower. But we can beat you and your legionnaires. And you're coming down there trying to sneak up on all the men that's holding the A 980K rifle. At the mention of that, all the Cestrals looked back behind them, seeing Zed coming down trying to sneak up upon them. But if you don't mind, I have to go somewhere. And also, tell this to the Federation that their emperor is returning with alongside their god. You're dumbfounded at what he just said. So dumbfounded that you didn't realize that weird metal vehicles came out of nowhere. With all the Cestrals that were in the castle coming out of it and flying towards these metal vehicles. With one of them roaring to life like a dragon, waking up from a slumber. A 10,000 year slumber, to be exact. You do not know what is going on. You knew this person, but now you have been just proven wrong. You do not know what will happen to your ponies if you let this creature loose in Equestria, or even Equus do whatever it wants. Twilight? Yes, Princess? Get the element bearers. We cannot let him escape. At saying that, Twilight Sparkle runs off to get her friends. You turning to the side to look at your sister. We cannot allow him to escape, Celestia. Hearing your sister say that, you just frowned, knowing what she was applying to. Yes, my dear Luna. After the ancestral wars, Equestria cannot stand with another dimension lord. We do not know if he's much more crazier than the last one, or so heartless.